heading into Saturday?
I thought today's practice was much more enthusiastic and just more productive. We'll find out more when we watch the film. I didn't think we came out with great intensity and focus yesterday. Just we looked a little lethargic and tired. I talked to the guys about it, and I think it picked up a little bit. But I thought they really worked hard to have a good practice this afternoon. So hopefully it, in terms of execution, is what we hope for.
What's been the biggest reason you think your team, and you mentioned, okay, sure, maybe practice yesterday, you weren't happy with the intensity, but on the whole, week after solid performances, being able to still answer that. What's the biggest reason you think your team's been able to do that?
Just these players. I think their commitment to each other, and their each one of their own individual sense of responsibility to the brotherhood here, and we really I guess just we really try to get those guys to buy into each other and to buy into this brotherhood more than anything else. And everybody wants to be a good player and everybody wants to contribute, but not everybody's going to have the exact job that they maybe pictured in their mind. But if they'll develop a sense of belief in what we're doing as a team and make the team more important than themselves, then everybody's going to do their job really well and do it the best they can. And I think our guys do a great job of that.
Great. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate
Thanks.
it. Thank you very much.
Hey, Coach, we had a chance to talk with Cam Thomas. What a poised young guy he is. Played the whole game, ran for 135 yards, and directed the offense in overtime. It must be very comforting to have a player like that to back up Kel Hopkins.
He played a really good game for a guy that hasn't had a lot of snaps and certainly no experience as a starting quarterback in our program to this point. I thought he did a great job. Mitch does a terrific job getting him ready. I thought Brent called a really good game for him and just called things that he could handle. And he played really hard and got settled in. I know I could tell just his personality and I guess just his temperament. Before the game, I could tell he was a little jittery, and that's to be expected when you're getting the first start of your career. It's a sold-out crowd, and you're going to start for the first time. Those butterflies are going to be there, but I thought he just did a great job of settling in. And as the game went on, and we had times where we were beginning a series or we had a timeout, he was leading those guys and talking to the guys in the huddle and really just took the leadership of the team. That's what I was most proud of.
It's got to be great to have a veteran center like Bryce Holland being able to lead a young quarterback, help him through a game like that. And then also your fullbacks played really well. Darnell obviously had the touchdown, but then Andy Davidson came back with a touchdown in the game too. So a lot of positives on offense.
Well, Bryce is a great leader for our program, and to have a guy like that out there on the field is that benefits our team. With a guy with that much experience and just his natural ability to lead, his toughness, and that gives people confidence when he's out there in the huddle. Whether you're the quarterback starting for the first time or the linemen that are next to him, I think everybody likes having him in the huddle. And I can't say enough about those B-backs. Every one of them. They're all tough. They run hard. There's a lot of talented guys out there. I'm not saying our guys are the most talented guys, but they sure play hard and they're tough, and I'm glad we got them on our team.
And certainly just looking at the stats, Cole Christensen had a big game. Cam Jones, we were just talking to. And just looking at the films we had, Elijah Riley was like a highlight reel by himself in the plays he was making, defending passes and then making tackles when somebody had to do it. Just a lot of defensive players stepped up.
There are a lot of guys making some good plays, and credit Miami. They made some really good plays, especially those fourth downs. To go 7 of 9 on fourth downs is really incredible. But several of the guys you mentioned, Elijah's playing the best football he's played since he's been here. What's encouraging is even after that game, he was disappointed. He didn't feel like he played his best. Some of those balls he had his hands on that he knocked down, he wished he could have gotten an interception. And I think that's positive because it's a guy that's really working and trying to get better, and he practices that way and really competes on Saturdays.
And Saturday, Eastern Michigan, a team that beat Purdue. We were watching the field goal they made. They got it a little shorter by a penalty, but they managed to beat Purdue. Obviously just beat Ohio State. Good quarterback came out of Iowa transfer, a graduate student, and some playmakers. Tell us about some of the keys to the Eastern Michigan team.
They're a really well-coached team, very tough football team, and they could easily be 8-0. The 4 losses that they've had are all by a touchdown or less. A touchdown at Buffalo, a 3 overtime loss to Northern Illinois by a field goal, a 1 overtime loss, and a 3-point loss to Western Michigan. So, I mean, really a good football team, and Chris Kraetzen's done an incredible job there. As I said, they really compete. They're tough. They played us tough here last year. It was a whale of a football game. So we're going to have to be on top of our assignments and our fundamentals and play with great effort and toughness if we're going to have a chance to win.
Jeff Monken, head coach at West Point. Great to see you, and best wishes from all of us at the American Legion and RallyPoint.com.
Thanks, Ken.
Pleasure. Thanks, Coach. Hey, Coach, I made a mistake yesterday on the call, which I try not